Now then, got a video here from Andrew Wilson. Let's get straight into it, see what we're cooking with. It's about manifestation, apparently.
Andrew,
Which is not a bad
the
thing.
12 million a year girl is there in the red. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so back
7.
to this. So 12 million a year. That's what you want out of your significant other?
That's I guess, yeah. But I know that's not realistic.
Then why do you want it? Why would you put that down if it's not realistic for you?
Living your delusion.
Yeah, we're already off to a bad start, asking for things that aren't realistic.
Lulu.
they always say, when you're
Wait, who
delusional.
said live in your delusion? Who said that? Okay, that's pretty funny. All right, go ahead.
Well, when I've watched, a lot of podcasts on, millionaires and billionaires, and when they talk about it, they say how they got to where they are is by being delusional. So that's kind of
They definitely don't talk about how they got there by being delusional.
yes, they do.
Maybe they got there by having big dreams.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's stuff like faking it until you make it, things like that, but I don't think, you can't be too delusional. You know what I mean? For instance, you wouldn't just be able to put all your money on a stock and just hope that it's going to do good and that you're going to be able to sell it later on for more than what you originally purchased that stock for. You know what I mean? You need to have some sort of reasoning still to stay within the realms of reality, whilst you're still trying to push your reality beyond that which you are originally coming from. Yeah.
That's not delusional.
I mean,
it's believing in themselves when nobody else would. Just like Brian said, none of us could have a millionaire. He doesn't believe in us, but that's where the delusion comes in. You got to have that confidence.
Well, I think all of you could have a millionaire in a conventional sense. The conventional sense being, if you marry a janitor and he's smart with 401k and IRA and pays off his house in 30 years, by the time you guys are in your 60s, you could very easily be married to a guy who technically is a millionaire, and at least with assets included. So I don't think that that's impossible for most people. It's probably impossible in your 20s or 30s. Right? That's probably not going to happen.
I feel like we really set the limitations with our mind. How far we can go in this world.
I mean, it's not completely wrong, but what I will say now, as somebody who has come to Christ recently, is that we are still limited by what we are able to do outside the parameters of God, because things will always be made harder for us by the very nature of us having to be our own gods, manifest our own realities, our own money, our own etc., etc. As once we are Christian and submit to God, we don't have to worry so much about these things. God will naturally push us in the direction which is most suitable for us. So the whole being your own God thing is why a lot of these people get into this mess where, yeah, it sounds pretty, this sounds nice, but it will just lead to unhappiness eventually.
Is it wish it, want it, do it?
Pretty much. We create our reality every single day. Every single thing that we do.
Did you watch The Secret one day?
Man, I
Is that
watched.
what happened? Did you
I
watch
read that.
I will just quickly say, I don't think Andrew buys into sort of spirituality stuff as much, but I'm very much aware that it is actually real, and the enemy uses it against us. So things like manifesting horoscopes and stuff do work, but we shouldn't be messing with it. We're not meant to do those things.
I read that shit and 10 other books alongside it. So, yeah.
Do you
let me
know?
hear it. Yeah, let me-
So
for
how
those
do you
of
know
at the
about it,
table who
Andrew?
don't
Have you
know,
read it?
I'll give you the highlights of The Secret, right? It starts like this. I'm going to tell you the secret that every multimillionaire knows, every billionaire knows. All of your corporate overlords know this, and they've been hiding it from you your entire life. And the reason they've been hiding it from you is because once you know this secret, you yourself will be able to actualize the same reality that they've been able to actualize. And here's the thing. I just want to be completely straight with you. That's all a crock of and you've been hacked. And the guys who came...
Yeah, manifestation and things like that, they can be used in some way to manifest things in the short term, but when you're off God's path, you will naturally find that the enemy is then going to take things away from you on the other side of it. So you'll always be 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. And the money situation might increase, yeah, for sure. But maybe it's your relationships or family at home or all these other things which could be used against you to make your life subsequently not better just for having more money.
Came up with those books and courses, they made a lot of money.
The book.
The people who read those books, they sure haven't made any money. The people who wrote them, they did pretty well.
Now, have you read The Game of Life and How to Play it?
I have not.
You should. Then you'll really
Why?
understand. It teaches you how to, like, the game of life and everything.
It teaches you how to the title of the book and everything. Like, okay, still don't know. I mean, I thought she was going to actually say something.
And have you learned from this book, The Game of Life, and put it to the test and have won at life?
I have. I've tested it. And
Okay,
it works.
so how are you winning at life based on the
No,
book?
it's not the winning of life. It's the game of life.
I mean, I'm going to presume what he's going to point out here, that if it is a game, then that means it can be winners and losers. And don't get me wrong, even as a Christian, I sort of refer to reality as being a game now. That's how I sort of managed to communicate to some of my atheist brothers about how nature operates. But that is, even in the Christian view, there are still winners and losers. There are those that do not choose Christ and end up going to the, downstairs. But she's trying to say that it's a game, but we all win at it. But then surely not if you have to read this book to be a winner at it.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming that you can win the game, right?
I mean, yeah, it's your game. This is like a.
So
we're like in a.
have you won the game?
We're living in a video game, basically. It's like a movie. This whole world
Just
is
give
a
you
movie.
Well, yeah, I would say yes. And the manual, the control manual, the instructions on how to win the game are the Bible, or are in the Bible. So not this book that she's talking about.
Does it give you the
You're on a
constant cheat
screen.
codes? Is it up, down, left, right, ABA, start, select? Is that
much.
You just put in the cheat codes and away you go?
I mean, I'm talking to you through a screen. It's like a movie, right?
This is long.
No,
This is actually
it's not like
longer
a
than a
movie.
movie.
Well, like,
I'm actually hoping they're going to maybe present some sort of argument. I want to know why it's titled about manifestation, because they haven't got to it yet.
like a TV,
It's
whatever.
it's like a phone call with video. More
well,
like that.
like a Zoom.
It's a
Like-
portal, Andrew.
It's more like a phone
time
call,
machine.
but then video also. It's more like that than a movie. Movies have like narratives and plots and scripts and actors and things.
Just like
that.
life, though, right?
No, I don't think so.
But every
I
life
don't
has
think
a
life
narrative.
has.
what
Do
to
you
do
think
with
life
your
has a script?
I mean, I have a friend who told me that if you just think when you go out that everyone that you don't know is an NPC, it makes life a lot easier. It doesn't.
Yeah, but I mean, in dehumanizing them, it does kind of mean you treat them with utter disregard, I would say. I mean, sort of came from that school of thought before finding God and then ultimately coming to Jesus, that, yes, that is sort of correct, but once you realize that is an error, once you come to Christ and you realize that we're all meant to love each other, so you can't treat everybody as NPCs, which is obviously makes it tricky as a Christian, because it'd be nice if we could just pick and choose, and then I could just like avoid completely talking to people who aren't Christian, but that's not what we're meant to do. So it kind of complicates it a little bit. But I'm happy to be on team.
It really doesn't.
It's a
Yeah.
matter of, I feel like, also though, like caring what
In fact, she's got a cross on. I'm sure Americans just wear them just for fashion. You know?
other people think too, though, like how far you're willing to take yourself and what you're willing to do with your own life. Because you're saying like it's a movie, but there's nobody narrating anything or like telling you what to do with your life. At the end of the day, it's your choice and what you choose to do with it.
No, I didn't say that, though. I know it's myself making choices.
Besides that,
Particularly packed table, this. Yeah, I'm sure there's 2 extra people than what would normally be on from the clips I've ever watched.
in a video game, you get to restart the level, don't you?
You can restart your life at any time you want.
Wait,
Yeah,
can't,
what-
Ooh, was she going where I think she's with this? And I would say, no, don't do it. Don't do
if
it.
you lose your life, can you restart it?
I think so.
Because you sure can in a video game.
Reincarnation.
Yeah, I believe in
facts.
reincarnation.
I knew they were going to get it on this. This is cringe.
All
Sure
the
can in a
way.
video game. No, I don't think life's like a video game. I don't think it's like a movie.
Yo, so can we talk a little bit more about how manifestation is quote unquote woo woo or because I don't
Absolutely.
understand. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
I mean, I would, but we'll see what Andrew's got to say first. I've already kind of given a sort of outline of why I particularly think that it's nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense. It works, but we shouldn't be messing with it.
here, I'll give you my best argument against manifestation, right? So let's assume for a second it's real, right? Why do you want to people?
What does have to do with manifestation?
Well, you see, if you wanted to manifest something that you really wanted, let's say, like let's just take a bicycle, for instance. You wanted to manifest a brand new, spanky, shiny, brand new bike, and it's delivered right to your house in a nice little box. That's an example given in The Secret, in fact. Let's say you wanted a bike, right? This is what you did. Well, someone's got to build the bike, right? Someone's got to put it together. They got to get the parts, the raw parts. They've got to get every little reflector and assemble all of that, all the chains, all the everything, all that manpower that goes in getting that bike delivered to you. Well, but how do you know that bike was supposed to go to you, right? You manifested it with your mind, man. All those people and all their labor and all their work was all moving towards delivering this product that you manifested with your mind,
guess
which
what,
made them
Andrew?
act in a slightly different way than they normally would to make sure you got that bike.
Well, guess
so how's
what?
that not slavery?
I don't think that's slavery. I think that's the divine. You're a Christian, yeah? I don't know. I think that's the divine essence of life, that everything is perfectly coinciding with itself.
No. That's what the enemy wants you to think. Like, if God wanted you to have a bike, then that would have occurred. You know what I mean? But it didn't. It's not the divine. You're either tapping into God through Christ, and I had 4 years between finding God and coming to Christ, so I know what I'm talking about here. Even if you're asking God for things outside the parameters of which he has set within the Bible, will not get them. So the divine is not just going to, a divine benevolent being anyway, sorry, it's not going to just give you a bike for no reason. What the other entities will do that are not part of God's path, so that could be anybody from Satan all the way down to anybody else, even in the white magic categories, is that they will use your desires like that against you to make things help things manifest in your favor, and then there is a downside afterwards. Whereas when we are with Christ, there is no downside. We just keep having fruit to bear on the tree, so others can see us as an example of why Christ is the correct path. Anyway.
That's the law of harmony. Everything is in perfect.
There is no law of harmony.
Perfect harmony from your vibration.
Yeah, from your vibration.
Yeah.
Your vibration
So
harmony.
whatever.
But again,
so we're
if I
energetic
wanted to-
beings.
can you manifest that somebody love you?
Yeah. So can I share with you my theory on manifestation? So life is
I can't wait.
Yeah. You better be ready. So life is a compass, right? And now most people think that I want to manifest this nice shiny car, all right? Let me try to think about it, whatever, dream about it, right? No, we manifest every single thing that we do in this earth is a manifestation. And so the way I look at it is it's a compass, right? So from the moment you wake up in the morning, from the moment you go to sleep, you're walking in a direction on this compass, right? Now, whichever...
She's not completely wrong, but there are opportunities presented to us to make choices, and we either choose God or not, or we don't choose God. And it's not any more complicated than that. And sounds like she is not picking God, thus picking the wrong option.
Whatever direction you're walking, that's going to manifest. That's the law of attraction, right? So if you live as if you want to be with a billionaire, right, you're going to live how a billionaire's wife would live. You're going to do all the things, the gym, the Pilates, whatever. And therefore, that's going to allow your compass to shift in the direction of a millionaire. You're going to the millionaire gyms, the air.
It's all in the wrong direction, though. It's all on the enemy's path. This is all on the enemy's path. So it doesn't matter. It's like, I don't know how more I can explain it. Like, there's two sides to a field. There's green grass on one side and the yellow grass on the other, and she's all on the yellow grass. She's like, oh yeah, I'm on this path, on the yellow grass. And I'm not on this other path on the yellow grass, so I manifested myself onto this path. Like, no, you are being led astray. You are not, in choosing the wrong choices, you are willingly surrendering yourself to being led astray, is what is actually happening.
Whole Foods, whatever, right? Like wherever they shop for groceries. I don't know, I'm not from here, but you're walking forward towards this manifestation and it's attracting to you.
So wait a second. So you're saying...
I'm just going to say, if you want to watch this without me talking, then link is in the description, so you know.
That when I was 15 and wanted to get a truck, so I got a job at a McDonald's, that I was actually manifesting a truck because that's what I wanted, right?
Did you get the truck?
I did get the truck.
Yeah, I mean
did.
that's
So
it's
I
funny.
manifested. So wow, I didn't know that manifestation was just insert get a job and work, right? I didn't realize
Well,
that
but
that's
you
all
had the
manifestation
intentions to
meant
get
was
a
that,
truck.
hey son, you got to get a job if you want to buy a truck.
Well, that's
I
the
didn't
funny part
realize
about it,
that was
Andrew.
actually-
It's so simple.
Yeah, and exactly, because God does say that he who does not work shall not eat. So again, Andrew was working. God kept him on his path, so that his job eventually did give him the things that he wanted. Point proven, I think. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here. If you want to check out the rest of this video, because I'm only 7 minutes into it, there's another 10 minutes. They'll be in the description, and you can see what Andrew had to say to her. But I think I've come at this from a completely different angle from Andrew. One maybe worthy of more discussion in the future. But I won't have much more to add, I don't think, from this point. I think both her and Andrew are going to have a completely separate conversation from where I would take it. So see you in the next one.